Hi guys, welcome to the channel. We have got an interview today with Ian, the Welsh Beast Gauntlett, as you can see above with the title. It's a pleasure to have you with us, Ian. How's it
Right,
going?
yes, thank you for having me here.
Yeah, it must be nice just to eat something good because you've just come off a competition. Is that right?
Yeah, did my last show yesterday. And yeah, like you said, it's been nice to have some proper food and just sit back and relax for a day or two.
Yeah, excellent. I bet. Right, so let's get into it from the start. What everyone seems to ask and want to know is why you started bodybuilding. There's loads of sports out there, boxing. Welsh is a massive rugby place. There's all sorts you could have done. What made you go into bodybuilding?
It's quite a good question. I have been asked it through myself of other people. And like I said, when I first started, I obviously my friend Lawrence Gauntlett opened a gym quite close to where I live. So obviously I just started going in there and just doing bits. And obviously Lawrence was a coach himself, so he just said, I can see you're really enjoying it. Now do you want me to coach you and see how we go? And that's how it started. Basically, he coached me for 6 months it was, and things happened. Then he had to stop that because he went into a different business, and I just kept going forward, and I'm stopped.
A lot of people do the gym, go into bodybuilding, that side of things, but never actually compete. What pushed you over that edge to then compete? What made you think I'm going to stick some budgie smugglers on and reveal myself to the world for everybody to see?
I just thought I could push myself and see how far we can go, and if I possibly can got the physique to do it and stand up and show that I can do it to myself. Do you know what I mean? So I thought, yeah, why not? Let's give it a go and see what we can achieve in this sport.
Excellent, yeah, brilliant. So, do you have an inspiration in the sport? Is there
Yeah,
somebody that you want to emulate?
no, not so much Emily, but yeah, my main goal is to, like I said, try and get as much mass on now as possible in a good 2 year off season, and obviously try and come back and at the PCAs and the two bros, and hopefully we can aim for that PCA pro card maybe sometime in the next few years, maybe 3 to 5 years down the line. Like I said, it's no rush. We know that we need the mass, and we can bring the condition every time. That's never been my issue. So
I
we
mean,
just got constant.
how long? It's not long you've actually been competing, is it?
No, I started June the 1st, 2019, and I started off to like 7 stone. So yeah, I've done fairly decent amount already in the time I started. So
Yeah, and
I,
you've got. I mean, you can see your trophies behind you right there. You've got a cracking start to. Yeah, I mean that's an amazing start for somebody who can be in the industry for 8 9 years. It could take. Arnold said it can take 6 years to build a body, and you've done
oh
so
yeah,
much in such little time. I mean, what's the end game for you? What's the goals? Are we looking at IFBB? Are we looking to travel? What do you want?
yeah. Like I said, obviously we want to chase our PCA pro card ideally. Like I said, if we get the physique and obviously and we can push for IFBB, I definitely wouldn't say no, and I definitely give it a go. And yeah, like I said, me and my partner, we was having a good chat the other day about trying shows abroad as well. So that's obviously something we're going to look into down the future as well.
Yeah, yeah. It's difficult in the industry in the UK because it's not like a high paid profession or a high paid sport. And
It's more of a passive hobby.
exactly, and unless you're at the peak of the game in the industry, nobody's
Yeah,
paying you to train.
no one
I
cares
assume
about
you're
you, know.
working. I assume
Yeah,
you're working a 9 till 5 as well as doing all this on top. So, what kind of
yeah, no,
strain is that like on your home life?
yeah. It is it is. Don't get me wrong, it is a bit hardcore. So there's like I'm family man. I got obviously live with my boy and my partner, so it does put strain in certain areas, and obviously through prep 10 times more. Like I said, I can't go out to certain places. I can't go out for family meals and all that, etc. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it can put a really big strain on it. But I'm very lucky. My partner's very supportive and she's very understanding. And like I said, we've been through it a few years now, so she sort of knows what to expect. And we've both dealt with it easier each prep. So yeah, it's enjoyable at the same time, but obviously it's a bit of a
Yeah.
nightmare at the same time as well. So yeah, it's just like I said, you just gotta love it, don't you? You can't be half-hearted doing this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You either want to do it or don't.
one of the questions we got in, I can off memory, was from one of our other athletes, Maya, and she was asking what your season goals are for the coming season. But we've already spoken. You're having a break now, is that right?
Yes, well, I can't going into that. Obviously, we're gonna have a good maintenance phase now for a good 4 to 6 weeks. Obviously, just clean the body out and you know what I mean, get back to some type of normality with eating and training, etc. And obviously, family life as well. That's the biggest part.
Yeah,
Like I said, you can do all the training and eating you want, but if your body's stressed and you're stressed, obviously you're not going to get nowhere, as we all know. So yeah, it's just finding the happy balance now and getting back into off season and having a good grow season now. So that's the main
excellent.
focus now for the next year and a half, 2 years.
Excellent. So we've not seen the last of you then. This is not disappearing. This is preview of coming attractions. Is that what should we call
Oh
it?
yeah, well, it'll be AKA the Big Welsh Beast hopefully next time you see me.
All right, we'll have to get some new shirts printed then if that's the case. Right. So I mean, the other questions that have come in are mainly down to the nitty gritty of it, really picking your brain sort of thing. So how much you share, how much is a trade secret is entirely up to you. But one of the main ones was, what is your diet like on the lead up to a competition and just during day to day life? Does that just go out the window, or do you stick to a diet year in all the way around?
Yeah, well, I always stick to my diet no matter what. I do whatever my coach tells me to do, and that's the way it's always been. I like the accountability, and why pay for a coach's service if you're not going to do what he tells you to do? So, yeah, whatever my coach recommends, obviously, I'll just do whatever he says, and I don't question it, unless obviously I think it's something that I wouldn't agree with myself. But so far, Jason, fair play, you've got everything correct, and we've just got better and better each show this year. So,
So would you say
um,
a good coach is key within the
oh,
industry?
yeah, like I said, I've had a few coaches, and I'm not slandering either of my previous coaches off, but in the 7 months I've been with Jason, like the results we have got has been crazy. Do you know what I mean? So, obviously, finding that right coach for yourself can be key in the industry as well as we know, there's so many coaches out there now. You know what I mean? It's hard to find the right one sometimes. So
Yeah,
it took me a few coaches to finally find the one I sort of click with.
yeah. Do you think people would know that straight away if they got a coach? They would just you'd just
They
know.
just feel that coach is the best out there because you've never experienced anything else, I suppose. So yeah, in a sense, like I said, it's just learning the industry as you go as well, and learning your own body and knowing what agrees with you and what don't as well. So it
Mhm.
just takes time and consistency.
Yeah. So the next question related to the food and the diet, it's completely not a plug because I mean you yourself have recommended different company cream of rice to me and things like that. So it's not about the brand, what the channel is about, but what supplements do you take in general? Like what's your supplement regime?
Yeah, well, obviously I have my multivitamins in the morning. I'll have one multivit, one Vit C, two omega-3, and we'll have the vitamin D, and that's every morning without fail. And then obviously I'll have my protein shakes in with my diet plans and my cream of rice. So that's pretty much the only supplementation I use because we quite like to stick to everything using foods. So
Right.
obviously I'm a big believer and my coaches in keeping everything low, but try to keep the foods as high as possible at the same time.
Right.
Because your main nutrition should be coming from your foods, not supplementation.
Okay. That's cool. So the are you, if you don't mind me asking, are you a natural competitor? Do you take anything else other than supplements?
I wish I was natural. No, yeah, like I said, I do take peds. Obviously, I won't lie or deny it. I mean, it's part of the industry now, and that's the way it is these days. I mean, unless you are a natural athlete, then as we know, it's pretty much everyone else, every other feds, they're all on peds. Do you mean it's very unlikely someone's not if they're not in a natural federation? So,
Hmm.
yeah, I am on peds. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that something introduced once you'd got your body to as far as you thought you could go naturally?
Pretty much, yeah. In
Okay.
a sense, yeah. We didn't just jump straight onto it. Like I said, I done probably a good year of training before I started my first test
Hmm.
cycle.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, it was nothing big. It was probably only like a mil or two a week, just like a low TRT dose. Then it's just, I mean, just to get used to it. And yeah, and we just obviously gone from there.
Yeah. 'Cause obviously, there's a big stigma within the industry, but everybody in the industry knows it's what you need to compete.
Yeah,
And it's should always be done properly. But I mean, how
yeah.
old are you now?
33.
You're 33, so I mean, on par, like with natural testosterone levels and things, you're competing with 25-year-old lads, 24-year-old
Yeah,
lads. So
yeah.
in another country or in a different time, you'd have gone to your doctor and they'd have prescribed that to you anyway,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get you up to that
yeah,
level. So it's quite, it's building on your body's natural production anyway, isn't
that's
it?
it. Yeah. And where I started off being a very skinny 7 stone lad,
Yeah,
I pretty much need all the help I can get. So, but
yeah.
obviously, I don't recommend PEDs to anyone. Do you mean that's
No,
just part of what I've had to do for my own personal journey?
yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's same with everything on this channel. This is all just personal to you, to us.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I really appreciate you sharing everything with us. Um, that's pretty much it from us. Is there anything else that you'd like to put out there? I mean, we'll put all Ian's socials into the box below so you could follow him, see his journey. Highly recommend it. I believe he's got some transformation photos on his Instagram. Am I right there?
Yes, I got plenty of
You could
photos.
see the awesome transition that he's gone through over the time. So make sure in the description box below that you click on his links, follow him, and see his journey and see where he goes in this next 2 years in this phase.
And also, any questions that you want to ask me personally, just give me a DM, and I'll soon get back to you as soon as possible.
Excellent. Well, thanks for being on, Ian. Much appreciated.
Right, thank you for having me. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.